One of my favorite players in the country this past year in high school was Josh Christopher, the 5-star shooting guard from Lakewood, California. If you follow Slam or Ball's Life, you probably know him from his dunks and ankle breakers. However, the public perception around Josh Christopher is actually quite interesting to me. And today I want to talk about two things with the future Sun Devil. The first being Josh Christopher's skill set, what he needs to work on, and what to expect moving forward. And the second one being the public perception around him and why it's so interesting to me. But before we do get into today's video, if you're new, like the NBA, WNBA, high school, college, really feel like basketball in general, I really think that you would love this channel. So if you aren't already, feel free to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, be notified whenever I release a video. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So liking, subscribing, doing all those things will be a gigantic help to me and helping me reach my goal. Also, make sure you go follow me on Twitch, link to that in the description below. I'm going to be playing games, doing quizzes, hanging out with some friends over there. So if you enjoy my channel, I really think that you enjoy me over there as well. Also, make sure you follow the Double Bonus Podcast. It's a podcast I do every Monday with my guy Josh. We talk about basketball, other things. It's really fun. We've released 2 episodes so far. Probably expecting an episode tomorrow. And yeah, if you like my channel, you'll like those 2 things as well. So I would recommend going to subscribe and follow those. Also, make sure you follow all my social medias, link Instagram and Twitter, link to those in the description below. But with that being said, let's talk about Josh Christopher. Josh Christopher is a 6'5", 215-pound shooting guard who played his high school basketball at Mayfair. He committed to play his college ball at Arizona State, becoming the school's highest-rated recruit ever and the first 5-star recruit to suit up for the Sun Devils since James Harden. Josh already has had a massive impact on Arizona State basketball without even playing a game yet, and that's a lot to do with the fact that James Harden gave Josh Christopher the blessing to wear number 13, which Arizona State had previously retired for James Harden. The thing that stands out most with Josh is his size. Standing at 6'5", weighing 215 pounds as an 18-year-old, Josh already has ideal size for an NBA shooting guard. He's the best when attacking the basket, he's a good finisher around the rim, has good touch around the rim, and the fact that he's a great athlete in his ability to draw fouls, and you have an elite slasher. Josh is also a very capable shot creator off the dribble. He's shown he's able to hit tough shots with ease, has a solid handle as well, which is honestly the reason why he's such a good slasher and shot creator. Also a solid passer. I wouldn't say he's anything good or great, has decent court vision. I would say he is a scorer-first player. He's a good defender though, which I think isn't highlighted enough. He puts a lot of effort into that side of the ball. This isn't a guy that struggles with the idea of playing defense, and he uses his physical tools to his advantage to be a good defender and doesn't back away from a challenge. Also, he's a good rebounder. He did average 11 rebounds a game at Mayfair as a senior. Well, I do think that some of that has to do with the fact that he was the best rebounder on that team because he was easily the tallest player on that team. I do think that he puts a lot of effort into that, and that's what excites me the most. This is why I believe he has a high floor, because guys who do the dirty work and guys who rebound and play defense will always find a spot in the NBA. And it's very defined Josh as standing around and just looking lost out there. It's not something I see with him a lot. However, like all prospects, he isn't flawless, and his biggest problem to me are actually things I've said a lot about shooting guard prospects. I think I might have said it about every shooting guard prospect I've made a video about, and that's shot selection and decision making. He often settles for jumpers and forces tough shots, and again, while he's very capable of hitting tough shots, it's not something you should settle for all the time. He can be careless with the basketball as well, and can struggle with tunnel vision. Like a lot of young shooting guards, especially guys who are scorer-first players, this is something you see them struggle with. Some shake it over time, some don't. I don't know if Josh will ever shake it, but I think it's possible that he does. But the biggest thing for me that is a concern, that isn't considered shot selection or decision making, is his 3-point shooting. He's not a consistent 3-point shooter. Now again, once he takes better shots, I think that his 3-point percentage will go up, but it is noticeable that his 3-point percentages aren't that good in high school. And especially as a scoring guard, you want to see someone be a good 3-point shooter. This is really the one thing that's really holding back Josh Christopher from being a lottery talent. And I think it's something that he needs to improve on, and I think it would take his game to the next level. But now I want to talk about Josh Christopher's public perception and the misconceptions around him with that. Josh Christopher is a very bright kid. He has a high personality, seems like a fun person to be around, very much has a rock star personality in a way. You can see him flexing his shoes and designer clothes, the chains, all that stuff on his Instagram. You see the flashy plays, ankle breakers, and his high energy celebrations. You just see this bright, bubbly personality that has a lot of flash and flair to him. And I think some people take that as he cares more about being a rock star personality and a celebrity than being a basketball player. But when I watch him play, it's hard for me to believe that he doesn't love basketball. A player that doesn't love basketball doesn't play with the energy and the motor that Josh Christopher does. He doesn't rebound with as much effort as Josh Christopher does. He doesn't put the effort in defensively that Josh Christopher does if he doesn't love basketball. Just watch him play. The way he plays is not the way of someone who doesn't care about basketball and only cares about being a celebrity. Just because he likes to do things outside of basketball does not mean he doesn't love basketball. It's very clear when you watch him play that he loves basketball. Also, this isn't as big of a thing, but I do get the feeling that some people view Josh Christopher as just an attention-seeking, immature, kid, which I don't think is the case either. He's an honor roll student, smart kid, and a lot of the adults I've seen that cover EYBL circuits have said he's one of the most nice and respectful people when you watch him, and when he does interviews and things like that, he'd sign autographs for kids hours upon hours if he could, because he loves that side of it as well. And the thing I think really is the big thing is when you watch his interviews and you listen to them, or when he makes podcast appearances, he comes off as very mature, very prepared, very much in control, ready to answer questions, and I think that is the true Josh Christopher. Just because he's flashy, just because he likes shoes and designer clothes, just because he likes to flex, doesn't mean he's immature, doesn't mean he doesn't love basketball, and I think that some people believe that's the perception around him. And the thing is, it goes on to his on-court play as well. I get this idea that people think Josh Christopher is this flashy player that plays to the camera, when that's not the case at all, because when you watch the film, he isn't just a guy that plays to the camera. He does the dirty work. He fights for rebounds. He plays defense. It's rare to see him just standing around on offense. And the thing is, I think Josh Christopher is going to be great at Arizona State. As of right now, I think he's a late first rounder that probably stays at Arizona State for a few years. A lot of this has to do with the fact that he isn't a great 3-point shooter, which you need to be as a shooting guard, especially as a score-first shooting guard. But I do think if he improves the 3-point shooter, has a big year at Arizona State, while playing with the motor and energy I've seen at Mayfair, and even on the EYBL circuit for the countless number of EYBL teams he's played for, then we could be talking about a one-and-done lottery pick. If you made it to this point in the video, thank you so much. It means so much to me, guys. You guys don't understand. But again, thank you. Like and subscribe if you're new. Feel free to leave feedback in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.